The Camino de Santiago, a network of routes that stretch across France, Portugal, and Spain. Some of these routes can take up to 40 days to complete, testing one's willpower, strength, and endurance.
It's pretty much game over for us.
While others can be done in a few weeks, spanning over 250 kilometers. There are a few adventures that go further than the journey itself. Some test human limits, while others reveal the beauty around us. For as long as I can remember, I've been a spectator of these great journeys, wondering what it would be like to take the first step. Until now. We had arrived in Portugal with just the essentials: a hiking outfit, a lounging outfit, 2 cameras, a rain jacket, headgear, walking shoes, and blister protection. We had 2 days in the city of Porto before starting our long journey, and it was here that we realized a few things. 1. We'd have no use for our phones. The trail would be marked by a yellow arrow. 2. We must carry a pilgrim's passport throughout the journey, collecting stamps along the way. And finally, it was essential to display a white shell on our packs, indicating we were pilgrims on the Camino de Santiago. Day 1 started in Porto at 7 a.m. We had 22 miles ahead of us, roughly 8 hours of hiking.
First day on the Camino. Today we're gonna walk 20 miles. We're going from the city of Porto to a place called Vila do Conde. So we're gonna be like walking through the water, not through the water, but like on a boardwalk.
We had officially started the Camino. Ahead of us, 280 kilometers, 11 days of hiking. It felt simple enough. Walk north, follow the yellow arrows, find food and a place to sleep, then do it all again the next day. But what we didn't know was that the next 11 days would become far more than a hike. The road ahead would challenge us, surprise us, and leave us with questions we never expected to ask. We were officially pilgrims on the Camino de Santiago.
See me, but we found this cool little church nestled on this I don't know, it's like point area. Look at this, it's so beautiful. We are 4 hours and 30 minutes in, 14 miles in. We got about 6 more miles, maybe an hour and a half, 2 hours, and we are so tired.
We had been walking for almost 8 hours when we arrived in Vila do Conde. A small church perched on top of the city welcomed us, stamped our passports, and our day was officially done.
Oh, we made it to our destination. Total of 20 miles walked, which is just absolutely crazy. 22 miles. We're so tired. This is where we're staying. It's like an old school chateau. I think today's the hardest day because it's probably the furthest distance we're gonna be walking. Day 2, it's gonna be a chill day. We're not having fun right now. We are not having fun.
Day 2 was in fact not a chill day. The wind had picked up to over 40 miles an hour. What had felt manageable just yesterday suddenly felt a little less certain. We were tempted to stop, to find shelter, to give ourselves a break from the wind and the sand that carried with it, stinging our faces with every step. Yet we knew that the only way to conquer the 15 brutal miles ahead would be slow, steady, and one step at a time.
We're getting absolutely pelted by the sand from the wind. We got a few more miles of this. It's rough. This is rough. It's been like this for the last 2 hours. Still got about 7 more miles to go.
15 miles later, we rolled into town, tired, hungry, and more than ready to be done for the day. A church greeted us at the entrance. We stamped our pilgrim's passport, found a place to sleep, and tried not to think too much about tomorrow.
So we finished day 2. As you can see, I'm very tired. It was so windy. Just having that wind blow in your face the whole day was so tiring. But this is the view we have. We're starting to get some blisters on our feet, which is kind of scary. And hopefully we're gonna get a good night's rest and then back at it tomorrow. Here's to day 3. Day 3 has begun. We're starting in a small little town. It's also cloudy, which means we get a little break from the sun. My legs are so sunburnt. We're walking 13 miles today, and we're starting to go inland. And then tomorrow will be our last day in Portugal, and then we cross over to Spain.
Unknowingly, day 3 would become our favorite day of the hike. It was everything we'd hoped the Camino would be. Sunshine and rain, beautiful villages, small cafes tucked along the trail.
We made it out of the rain. It is now super sunny and so beautiful. We're like on this hillside overlooking Portugal. It's amazing. I feel like I'm so thankful in this moment. Just like, I don't know, we're 3 days in. Our bodies feel weak, but at the same time they feel really good.
Halfway through, the villages gave way to the Portuguese forest. We followed the stream north for a few hours. The rain gave way and the sun started to shine. The day felt magical, as if we were in some sort of novel, walking a trail through 2 countries, bringing only what we could carry, unsure where we would eat or where we would sleep. Yet, we had no worries, just the excitement of following the trail to Santiago.
Guys, we are climbing a massive hill. The worst part is it's also at the end of the day. Our feet hurt so bad. We also just drank a beer with lunch, rice, and chicken. The lunch was actually so good. We get back on the trail and immediately it's just straight uphill, and it's so tiring.
Our day wouldn't end without one final challenge. With just 2 miles to go, the wind arrived out of nowhere, bringing 40-mile-an-hour gusts as we crossed over the bridge into the town that we would stay in. We pushed through, and eventually, we made it to our accommodation for the night. Day 3 was officially done. Day 3 is in the books. Tomorrow, we're pretty much walking to the border of Spain, which is another 15 miles. We still have 10 days ahead of us. No, we have 8 days. We are definitely tired this morning. Did not sleep well last night. Muscles are definitely hurting. I feel like every morning it feels like the muscles are like, we have to stretch them out as we walk. But it only takes an hour and then you feel fine. But we're in this beautiful little town in Portugal. Our journey to the border of Spain started slow. Our bodies were hurting. Each morning, it felt like a knife was slowly cutting in your heel with each step. Our Achilles had swollen up from overuse and carrying the weight. We had 15 miles to the end of Portugal, yet we weren't sure how we were gonna make it there. We're like in this jungle section and the ground is sand, so our feet are loving it. We've been walking on gravel, like cobblestone, and our ankles are just dying. So now we have like soft sand and dirt and shade. The day felt like it would never end. I fell into the trap every hiker knows too well, constantly checking how much further we have to go. And somehow, every time I looked, it felt like the number had gotten bigger. The soft sand beneath our feet gave way to the uneven cobblestone. Our Achilles were screaming. Ow, my heels. Every step demanded a little more than the last. And just when it felt like we had emptied the tank,
So tired.
we stumbled across an unexpected surprise.
We got animals, horses and donkeys.
The distraction oddly helped. The miles felt a little lighter. With just over a mile to go, we crossed into the town bordering Spain and finally reached our destination. We put the camera away, found something to eat, and headed straight to bed. Day 4 was officially done.
Beginning of day 5. My heels hurt so bad. It's like so hard to walk. I got toothpaste. The light is really good right now. Ow, ow. We got 13 miles ahead of us. That is Spain. That's cool. So we're in Portugal. We're gonna take a boat taxi into Spain, start the Spain leg of the journey. We have 6 more days. Today we have 13 miles, and I'm pretty sure it's just gonna be, I don't know what today's gonna hold. Hopefully the sun stays out because it's been windy and cloudy, and just, yesterday was hard. Yesterday was like not fun at all, so hopefully today has a few enjoyable moments to it.
Day 5 started with a boat ride across the Guadiana River. A few minutes later, we were in Spain. We were welcomed by sunshine, blue skies, and a long climb into the Spanish hills. We've entered Spain, and we are kind of going over a big hill or mountain, I don't really know. The trail right now is so cool. I feel like I'm in Lord of the Rings. It's just like this beautiful path with these stones that kind of line it. Birds are singing, the sun is out. It is an ideal situation right now. And the ground is very soft. What we've been dealing with is like cobblestone ground, and that's been hurting our feet really drastically. So it's quite nice to have a moment to just like walk on soft padding. We spent the next few hours moving through small mountain villages, dense forests, and long stretches of the open road. By midday, the miles were beginning to catch up with us. Then, out of nowhere, we stumbled upon a small cafe overlooking the ocean.
We're halfway through day 5, and we're at this little, I don't know, it's like a cafe hut, and I could honestly take a nap right now. I'm so tired.
The nap never came. Instead, we soaked in the view, packed our bags, and got back on the road. Day 5 settled into what I imagine most people hope to find on the Camino. Lush green hills, beautiful scenery, old churches, wildlife along the trail. We made a few new friends and fell into a quiet rhythm. No rush, no destination to worry about. Just the road ahead and the rare feeling of being exactly where you're supposed to be. We arrived at our accommodation, watched the sunset, and settled in for the rest of the night. Day 5 was officially in the books.
All right, day 6. Day 6 has started. We are starting day 6. Okay, big car. And we are in a little peaceful town. It's so nice, really quiet. No wind. The temperature is perfect. It feels like, genuinely, it feels like a perfect day. We have such a short day too. We only have 8 miles. We can take our time. We can stop. I think we're gonna try to swim. We're like nestled up against the mountains now. And it feels like we're in Switzerland. And I love Switzerland, so we're gonna stop by and see some horses, and then we're gonna be on our way. So, buen camino.
Day 6 felt like a bit of a reset. With the sun out, no wind, it was a perfect day. And with only 8 miles on the schedule, there was no reason to rush. Somewhere along the trail, we met Lydia from England. Over the next few hours, we shared stories, talked about what had brought us to the Camino. And before long, a friendship had formed that would last the rest of the journey.
We are at another rest stop, and we're pretty much going into the mountains now and cutting inland a bit more. But what's really cool is that there's a lot of these little bars, albergues, kind of in the middle of nowhere along the trail. And it's just really kind people serving cold drinks and food. And you sit in the grass, and you have these amazing views of the Spanish hills and the ocean. It's just been really cool because you just meet new people, and you hear about their lives. And I feel like what I'm learning is a lot of us are a lot more similar than we think. No matter what country we come from or just what we're doing. It's cool to experience that on such a random trail in the middle of a mountain.
We didn't film much that day. For the first time all week, I put the camera down, gave my mind and my body a rest, and simply enjoyed the walk. We were a week in. Our bodies were sore, our ankles swollen, and morale, it seemed to rise and fall with the weather.
We've been climbing all day.
What we didn't know was that the hardest day was finally upon us.
We got a fun, rainy day ahead of us. I feel like we woke up not excited to walk in the rain. We're getting absolutely rained on, and we're not even a mile in. It's windy and cold, and we still have 15 miles to go. So hopefully something changes soon.
We continued on, and slowly the rain began to fade. The day started to look a little brighter. The countryside was lush and green, and at one point we stumbled across a lone white horse grazing in a field.
There's a horse right here. I don't know if you guys can see it.
Not long after that, the trail carried us into a deep forest, where we thought our troubles were behind us.
Oh my gosh. We've been going for 4 hours now, and we are so tired, so hungry. We're getting really weak. The problem is we're in the middle of this forest and there's no places to stop to get food. We just gotta...
We've had 5 granola bars, banana granola bars. Oh.
Granola bars, Mentos, little candies. We literally have eaten just sugar. And then we started the day with a croissant, and now it's almost 2, or it's 1. Oh, it's getting hard. You will never believe what is in front of us right now, in the middle of this forest.
Might not be open.
What? It's not open?
It's open Viernes. That's Friday, Saturday, Sunday.
It's closed. thought that was it. I thought we were saved. Okay, we're descending down this rocky road. Oh, rocky road ice cream. If you know what that is, leave a comment. Oh, we found a waterfall. No restaurant, but we did find a waterfall. And this thing is sweet.
After a few more hours on the trail, the forest finally opened up and revealed one of the nicest restaurants we had seen all week. It was well outside of our budget, but by that point, it felt completely justified.
Okay, so this is a very fancy restaurant, and we just took our shoes off because if you walk the Camino, you have to take your shoes off when you take a break so that they can air dry so you don't get blisters. But we take our shoes off and it smells so bad. So we're like in this like really nice fine dining restaurant. We're the only people here and we stink. And it's pretty obvious that it's us. But we have food and we're excited.
Somehow, the day only got harder. The trail took us into the bustling industrial city of Vigo, and it felt like we were walking through a maze. The shock of going from quiet villages and forests to a fast-paced city was overstimulating. I found myself getting frustrated and impatient. Eventually, I put the camera away and stopped filming altogether. By the time that we arrived at our accommodation, we were sore, annoyed, and ready for a new day. So this is single-handedly one of the biggest things that I've ever done, from making the video to doing the hike to planning the hike, all of it all at once. It was massive. Now, I knew that I was going to make a video, but I didn't know how I was going to do it because I've never done the Camino before. So I use Milanote on all of my videos, not just this one. I've been using them for about 4 years now. And the reason I like them is because it's a big whiteboard essentially on your computer. So the first thing that I had to do for this hike was create an itinerary. And that is a massive 11-day plan with our flights, where we were going to hike. Yeah, it's really helpful to have that in the same place that I have my script. This script area is kind of like the bread and butter of this whole project because I filmed everything first and then I had to create a script. Kind of needed to know, okay, what did I shoot during day 1 to day 3? Because it was already filmed. So I have this video section board right here connected to each one of my scripts. And it essentially just allows me to remind myself of what I filmed and what we did that day. And so when I start writing, I can kind of like remember, okay, I filmed this, I filmed that. I was going from this town to that town, and it's all in one place. Also from that, on each section, I have a little inspo board that kind of shows this is the vibe that I'm going for. I really fell in love with these like aesthetic maps, and I think it just like seeing them together and seeing the colors that popped out, I think was really helpful for me. I loved these like natural blues that were almost in each photo of the things that I found inspiring. As you can see in the video, I definitely took a lot from this inspiration board, these little maps, the Strava summaries. So it was really cool to be able to kind of just have that as I'm writing right next to me, so that when I'm starting to slow down or like where am I trying to go, I can kind of just, you know, click this, be reminded where I was, and then click this, and it allows me to be inspired. For the essentials, the gear, it's so funny how simple this board is and yet how much it did for me. So this is the section where I did the flat lay of my gear, and I just put these photos together, and something I realized is it's a lot of like very simple, straightforward top-down shots. And so I kind of got inspired to do top-down shots for my gear. So the way I do it is I create these inspiration boards and then I just look at them and I'm like, what are the main colors that pop out? And what's really cool is if you go here and you click color, you drag it over, and then you can change the color, show colors, and then this little thing right here, it's like called like an ink dropper. You can click it and then you can go over and it actually like picks that color from the photo. And something I started to realize is I have a lot of reds that are popping up. So I actually got a red hat so that it would contrast the green. And it was because of this inspiration board and seeing the reds and how much they highlight each photo during the inspiration process. Having just this massive script board is really helpful. I also color coordinate all my parts. That way I know, okay, this is part 1, this is part 2. This is part 3. My mind is very jumbled and it's kind of all over the place, so it's nice to just have everything all in one spot. Guys, if you're anything like me and you have a lot of ideas and you just need to visually see them all in one place, I highly recommend using Milanote. They're the easiest sponsor to say yes to because I've used them for years before they've ever contacted me about working together, and I honestly use them in every project. I definitely would at least try it. It's free. You can sign up with no time limit, linked in the description below, and I highly recommend you at least trying them out for one project and see if you like them. It's free. Yeah, and thank you so much, Milanote, for sponsoring this video and also just helping me with the chaos that is my brain.
We are on day 8. You know, after we got food yesterday, it just went downhill. we like, you can see there's like this city down here, and our accommodation was down in that city, and it took so long to like go through the city. It just was, oh, it's terrible. And I feel like it just felt like we weren't on the Camino anymore. Kind of felt like we were in this industrial, I mean, that's what we were. We were in this industrial city, and kind of just made it not fun anymore. Anyway, day 8, we have 18 miles to go. Our heels hurt so bad, and it's not just like the bottom of our heels, it's like our Achilles. Like, I think like because your Achilles is like lifting the backpack and the weight, it just creates this like really sore pain in your butt or in your heel, and every time you lift it's like a sharp pain that shoots up. It's super uncomfortable, but we found that if you just walk for like 30 minutes, the pain dies down. You just got to persevere pretty much. But yeah, she took Advil. Oh my gosh, this view is so beautiful.
By all accounts, the Camino was starting to catch up to us. We had been on the road for over a week, and our bodies were beginning to feel it. But the magic of the Camino was still very much alive. The trail had a way of constantly surprising us. Just when we felt like we had seen it all, another view would appear, another village, another reminder of why we started walking in the first place.
Cool little town. We've literally been walking uphill for like, I feel like an hour today. Like walking uphill for a total of 1 hour. Total so far. And it's like so steep.
The fatigue started setting in earlier each day. The heat and the hills were beginning to compound, and the miles felt a little heavier than they had a week ago. We picked up the pace, thinking getting off our feet and into town as quickly as possible would be a good idea. But our feet were beginning to show the miles. We arrived at our accommodation a little after midday, and for the first time, Santiago felt within reach.
Well, we are on day 8, so we have 3 more days of hiking till we are in Santiago. Day 9. So we have day 9, day 10, day 11. Yesterday we did 20 miles. That was brutal because it was uphill for a majority of it. So we took the coastal route near the ocean, and now all roads lead to Santiago. So there's a lot of people on the path now. Whereas I feel like for the majority of every day, me and Lindsay were alone. We have been surrounded by like 20 people. And we're passing everybody too. We're the fastest. But we're passing everybody, and every time we turn, we see another group of like 20 people. So it feels like all the routes are merging and becoming one, which is fine. It's fun. But it's kind of nice to just be alone, not be aware of other people.
We continued on into the day, trying to keep a faster pace than usual. The trail was beautiful. Deep forests, winding streams, and the occasional glimpse of wildlife. At times, it felt like we were following an ancient path through another world. With Santiago drawing closer, the excitement was starting to build.
It's definitely getting to a point where it feels like everything hurts. the pain is beginning. No, we've definitely been in pain since day 2. Day 1 was pretty much the only day that like didn't hurt, but I would say now it's getting harder to ignore the pain. You get used to like the heels burning all day, but now it kind of just feels like the whole foot's on fire, and you still got like 50 kilometers to go or 30 miles. But somehow we're still having fun, which I don't really get how this is fun. I've been asking myself, why is this fun? But it's really fun. We're enjoying it. A lot more peregrinos on the way as well.
More than anything, we wanted to reach our destination before midday. The sooner we arrived, the more time we'd have to explore the small towns, enjoy a good meal, and rest before doing it all over again the next morning. So we kept moving.
So we have a little bit of a problem. We have 2 days left. We just got to our accommodation. We finished our 9th day, and I looked at my ankles, and it turns out both of my Achilles are swollen, which makes walking very hard. So I'm gonna try to ice them all day today, and we're just gonna keep walking for the next 2 days, and hopefully I don't seriously injure myself. But icing my ankles right now. My feet are quite cold, but hopefully this is gonna get the inflammation down a lot.
That evening, we slowed down a bit, took in the views, rested our legs, and got ready to do it all again tomorrow.
It is our 9th day, our second to last day, and we started our day with some pastries, some donuts. Dude, getting some sugar in us right before we start walking 10 miles is always the best idea. Now we're gonna enter this church and get a little stamp for our passport. Yesterday was rough. After we finished yesterday, we realized that we had a lot of injuries on our ankles, on our Achilles. Is pretty much game over for us. But we stretched everything out, rolled it all out, and now, man, the light is great. Look at this. This is so beautiful. We're gonna take it slow today because it's a shorter day, and we're gonna try to enjoy more of the views and the people and kind of the moment of completion.
Knowing the end was near seemed to bring some of our strength back. There was a sense that everyone knew they were a part of something special, and that the finish line was finally within reach. The journey had been incredible so far. The adventure, the people we had met, the feeling of being disconnected from the noise of everyday life. The simple routine of waking up, walking, eating, and doing it all again the next day. Somehow, it all felt rewarding. And more than anything, I can say it's been fun.
Tomorrow we arrive in Santiago de Compostela. We're excited, we're tired, our feet hurt.
Bittersweet.
Bittersweet for sure, but we're here in the town of Padron, and it's cool because there's a ton of other pilgrims here, and you can just tell everybody's getting excited for the final day. More or less, you find yourself on the journey with the same people, and you see them throughout the days, and it's cool that you get to go through something with strangers, and even though you don't necessarily talk with them, you kind of have a look of approval. You're like, good job. But yeah, it's cool to be in this city. The churches that we are stopping at, they're getting bigger and bigger, and then tomorrow I think Santiago will be a massive church where a lot of pilgrims will come just to celebrate their journey. A lot of people come for so many different reasons. I feel like it's been awesome to be able to reflect and ask myself like a few questions about my life, especially as I turn 30, like what do I want?
I turned 30 just a week earlier, and somewhere along the trail, I found myself taking stock of my life. Was I proud of the choices I'd made, the life I'd built? In many ways, I couldn't be happier. My wife, my work, my friends, the things that truly matter. But being disconnected from social media revealed something I hadn't expected. An underlying sense of discontentment, the feeling that I always needed more. On the Camino, there wasn't much luxury. We ate simple meals, we wore the same clothes and slept in very small beds. Yet somehow, I felt very content, thankful. It made me wonder if thankfulness has less to do with our circumstances and more to do with what we choose to focus on, what we lack, or everything we've already been given. It was a thought I'd carried with me for the rest of the journey.
Our final day, day 11. So we get to, I think it's that way actually. We get to, actually there's coffee right there. So we get to Santiago today at like 2, I think. And we're trying to beat everybody there, which is just not gonna happen. There's gonna be a ton of people. But we're so excited. We're gonna start early, 7:30. And we're gonna have a fun day.
The excitement of reaching Santiago didn't last long. By the 3rd mile, it was clear that our ankles and feet had reached our limit the day before.
But it's all hitting nuts, I think. My right leg is completely cramped up. Like my whole calf just feels like there's a big ball in there. And the ankle and Achilles it's all just swollen. I think Lindsay's ankle hurts. Kind of, maybe. Pretty flowers right here. But we're almost done. Only a few more miles. It's crazy to think that we've been doing this for 11 days. Oh my gosh. It'll be nice once we get there. We're just walking through some small villages right now before we get to Santiago de Compostela.
15 miles stood between us and Santiago, so we put our heads down and kept walking. Thankfully, the trail gave us plenty to focus on. One final passport stamp, the rolling countryside, the quiet rhythm of the Camino. Small reminders that the journey wasn't over just yet. Santiago was waiting.
Ow! We're doing our final feet check of the trip. We're only 3 miles out, so that's the silver lining in all this. But Lindsay's got some big fat blisters that it's making it difficult for her to walk. My ankle is completely swollen. Lindsay's ankle is also swollen. I feel like they won't be able to tell. My ankle is also swollen, and it's pretty much game over for us. But luckily, we only have 3 more miles or 5 kilometers till we're there. So we might just take some Advil or some painkillers and just push through, and then hopefully we don't do any long-term damage to our feet and our legs and our ankles. So we'll see. We have made it to Santiago, which means we just have about 1 more mile left of this 11-day hike until we make it to the Compostela, which is the church where I guess St. James is buried. So close. The city is making it hotter just because the buildings are holding in a lot of heat, I guess. But we're excited. We're excited. Okay, we see it. Holy cow. It's so beautiful. We're walking through the old town now, and you can see the church in the distance.
And then, as if it was out of a movie, we saw it. The towering church of Santiago de Compostela, the endpoint of all Caminos. We had officially completed the Camino de Santiago.
We've officially made it to Santiago. 11 days, 280 kilometers, or 190 miles. And we are finished the Camino de Santiago. Pretty anticlimactic. Train station. We're about to take a train back to Barcelona. And this is the end of the Camino de Santiago. It was so amazing, so peaceful. I highly recommend doing the Camino. If you can't do the Camino, even just doing something where you can get away from screens for, I don't know, 10 days, 11 days, I think it's super worth it. Super peaceful, super restful. If you guys have made it this far, it means you are a part of the 20%. Thank you so much for watching. I appreciate you all. Hope you enjoyed this. If you like videos like this, let me know in the comments below. And if you have made it this far, I would love to hear about an adventure that you have planned and lined up. And other than that, thank you so much. Bon Camino. and I'll see you in the next one.